So today we are going to discuss about the homeostasis. Okay, in the last lecture हम last में पढ़ रहे थे कि homeostasis होता क्या है. So actually homeostasis is the ability of our body to maintain a relatively stable internal environment despite the changes in the world outside. Okay, see, it is the capacity, it is the ability of our body to maintain a stable internal environment whatever may be the changes that are taking place outside. Okay, हमारी बॉडी जो होती है इसके पास टेंडेंसी होती है कि बाहर चाहे कितना भी इन्वायरमेंट डिफरेंट हो, बॉडी के अंदर का इन्वायरमेंट जो होता है वो स्टेबल होना चाहिए. ओके, सो हमारी बॉडी में एक होम्योस्टेटिक मैकेनिज्म प्रेजेंट होता है विच मेंटेन्स द स्टेबिलिटी of our body. Okay, so basically there are two types of you can say that there are two steps or there are two ways by which our body maintains the homeostasis. One is by the negative feedback mechanism and the other is the positive feedback mechanism. Okay, so first we will discuss about the negative feedback mechanism. So इसको explain करने के लिए मैं आपको दो example दूंगी. ओके, लाइक आपने देखा होगा कि जब बहुत ज्यादा गर्मी होती है, बाहर का टेम्परेचर बहुत ज्यादा हाई होता है, देन व्हाट हैपेंस, देयर इज लॉट ऑफ स्वेटिंग फ्रॉम आवर बॉडी. ओके, सो ये स्वेटिंग क्यों होती है? सपोज, ओके, आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू इन अदर वर्ड्स. अगर बाहर बहुत ज्यादा गर्मी है, so that change in the temperature is detected by the sensors which are present in our body. All over our body various sensors are present. You can call these sensors as receptors also. Okay, तो हमारी पूरी बॉडी में सेंसर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं और कोई भी चेंज अगर एनवायरनमेंट में होता है दैट इज सेंस्ड बाय दोज सेंसर्स. Okay, after sensing that change, after sensing that whatever change is there, the message or you can say an impulse is generated and that impulse is taken to the hypothalamus or other areas of the brain. Okay, then brain क्या करता है या फिर spinal cord क्या करता है? It processes the information and gives the feedback. Okay, or you can say that our brain and the spinal cord, it stimulates or it sends the message so that the effector organ is stimulated and the desired action is produced. I'll give you one example. Again I'll repeat the same example. जब बाहर बहुत ज्यादा गर्मी होती है, when the temperature is very high, okay, then what happens, that increase in the temperature is sensed by our sensors and those sensors, they generate one impulse and that impulse is taken to the hypothalamus. Okay, hypothalamus में एक area होता है which is called as the temperature regulating center. So that message is taken to that temperature regulating center which is present in our brain, and as a result hypothalamus sends a message to the sweat gland and as a result there is sweating from the sweat gland. जैसे ही स्वेट हमारी बॉडी से बाहर निकलता है, हमारी बॉडी का टेम्परेचर कम हो जाता है या फिर आप ये बोल सकते हो वी स्टार्ट फीलिंग कूल. ओके, तो अगर बाहर गर्मी बहुत ज्यादा होती है तो स्वेटिंग इंक्रीज हो जाती है, एज ए रिजल्ट हमारी बॉडी को थोड़ी बहुत कूलनेस मिलती है ड्यू टू द स्वेटिंग. ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ आवर बॉडी एडजस्ट टू द चेंजेस इन द इन्वायरमेंट. इन द सिमिलर वे आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू अदर एग्जाम्पल. जब बहुत ज्यादा सर्दी होती है तो आपने नोटिस किया होगा कि जब बहुत ज्यादा सर्दी होती है तो हम शिवर करने लगते हैं, वी स्टार्ट शिवरिंग. ओके, ऑल ऑफ यू नो, हम बहुत कांपने लगते हैं. अभी कांपते क्यों है? इट इज ऑल्सो अ पार्ट ऑफ अवर होम्योस्टेटिक मैकेनिज्म. ओके, जब आप शिवर करते हो तो ड्यू टू शिवरिंग द हीट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड. ओके, एंड ड्यू टू दैट हीट ठंड से आपको राहत मिलती है. यू फील रिलीव्ड बिकॉज ऑफ द एक्सेसिव कोल्ड विच इज present in the environment. Understood? So this is how our body adjusts to the changes in the environment, and this property of adjustment to the various changes which takes place in the environment so as to maintain the stability inside our body is called as homeostasis. So I think you have understood what is homeostasis. Okay, now मैंने आपको अभी थोड़ी देर पहले बताया था कि होम्योस्टेटिक मैकेनिज्म जो होता है टिपिकली इट इन्वॉल्व्स टू टाइप्स ऑफ फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म्स. वन इज योर नेगेटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म and the other is your positive feedback mechanism. Okay, so what is the difference between negative feedback mechanism and positive feedback mechanism? That you will understand when I will give you some more examples. Okay, now I will give you an example of positive feedback mechanism. See what happens in positive feedback mechanism. Just a second. So what happens in positive feedback mechanism is, the best example is childbirth. Okay, and the second example is production of milk or secretion of milk when a child is sucking on mother's breast. These two are example of the positive feedback mechanism. Now I will explain you. See, whenever a woman has to deliver a child, whenever that 9-month period is over and she has to deliver the child, then what happens? There is release of oxytocin from the posterior pituitary gland. That oxytocin comes to the uterus and causes the contraction of the uterus. Okay, but एक बार के uterus के contract होने से the child is not delivered. Okay, so what happens is that after every small time interval there is release of oxytocin from the posterior pituitary gland, and that oxytocin goes to the uterus and causes the contraction, and this process continues till the child is delivered. Understood? So it is totally different from the negative feedback mechanism. Negative feedback mechanism में क्या होता है, अगर बाहर का टेम्परेचर ज्यादा होता है तो हमारी बॉडी क्या करती है, स्वेटिंग के थ्रू टेम्परेचर को कूल डाउन करती है. अगर बाहर का टेम्परेचर कम होता है तो हमारी बॉडी शिवरिंग के थ्रू हीट प्रोडक्शन को इंक्रीज करती है. ओके, सो द अपोजिट थिंग इज हैपनिंग. Are you getting? Whereas in positive feedback mechanism, the process will continue till the desired result is not obtained. Okay, I'll give you other example. I told you, when a child is sucking mother's milk, okay, whenever the child is feeding on the mother's milk and when the child sucks the mother's breast, then an impulse is generated. Okay, because that sucking causes the generation of an impulse, and that impulse goes to the posterior pituitary gland, from where oxytocin is secreted. That oxytocin comes back. Okay, it comes to the breast and causes the contraction of the mammary glands which are present in the breast and causes the secretion of milk, and this process will continue till the child is फीडिंग ऑन द मदर्स मिल्क. ओके, जब तक वो बेबी अपनी मदर का मिल्क पी रहा है, ड्रिंक कर रहा है, तब तक ये प्रोसेस कंटिन्यूअस रहेगा. सो दैट इज द मेजर डिफरेंस बिटवीन द पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म. सो आई थिंक यू हैव अंडरस्टूड इट प्रॉपरली. नाउ आई विल टेक वन मोर एग्जांपल टू एक्सप्लेन यू नेगेटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म. आपने एक कंडीशन सुनी होगी, हाइपोथायरॉयडिज्म एंड हाइपरथायरॉयडिज्म. Okay, now what is hypothyroidism? Hypothyroidism में क्या होता है? There is decrease in the level of thyroid hormone. Okay, so what our body will do? जैसे ही हमारे ब्लड में थायराइड हार्मोन का लेवल कम होता है, that is sensed by the sensors which are present in our body, and a message is sent to the brain. And brain में भी कहाँ जाता है मैसेज? To the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus क्या करेगा? Hypothalamus will cause the release of TRH, that is the thyrotrophic releasing hormone, and that thyrotrophic releasing hormone, it will act on the pituitary gland, but this time on anterior pituitary gland, and will cause the release of TSH, that is the thyroid stimulating hormone. And when the thyroid stimulating hormone is released, it will go and act on the thyroid gland, and it will cause the synthesis of the thyroid hormone in the thyroid gland. And after the synthesis of the thyroid hormone, that hormones are released into the blood, and and whatever deficiency was there in our blood, that is retained back to the normal levels. Okay, same thing will happen. Suppose करो आपके blood में thyroid hormone का level increase हो गया, then again what will happen? The sensors which are present in our body, they will detect the increased level of the thyroid hormone, and they will send a message again to the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus will again secrete one hormone called as the thyroid hormone inhibitory hormone. Okay, and that hormone will act on the pituitary gland and it will ask the pituitary gland, now you stop the release of TSH, that is the thyroid stimulating hormone. I'll explain you once again. Suppose करो हमारे blood में thyroid hormone का level increase होता है, तो that is sensed by the sensors and a message and an impulse is generated. That impulse will go to the hypothalamus and it will cause the release of thyroid hormone inhibiting hormone. This hormone will act on the pituitary gland and it will stop the release of thyroid stimulating hormone TSH. And अगर TSH release नहीं होगा तो thyroid gland में से thyroid hormone भी release नहीं होगा. As a result, जो आपका thyroid hormone का level elevated था due to hyperthyroidism will come back to the normal levels. Okay, so this is how our body maintains the स्टेबिलिटी इनसाइड अवर बॉडी. किसी भी चीज का लेवल अगर इंक्रीज हो जाता है तो उसको कम करती है, किसी भी चीज का लेवल कम हो जाता है तो उसको इंक्रीज करती है. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज द नेगेटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म. देखो अभी मैंने आपको टेम्परेचर का बताया था. इट इज मेंशन्ड हियर. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द हाई टेम्परेचर. सपोज देयर इज अ हाई टेम्परेचर आउटसाइड योर बॉडी, इट विल बी डिटेक्टेड बाय द सेंसर्स. And which are the sensors which are involved here? Nerve cells with ending in your skin and brain. Okay, so whatever the increase in temperature is there, it will be sensed by the sensors which are present in your neurons, that is the nerve cells, okay, which are present in skin and brain. And as a result, there will be generation of impulse. And this impulse, what is impulse? Impulse is nothing but the message. So the sensors will generate there will be generation of an impulse. And this impulse will be relayed, will be carried to the temperature regulatory control center which is present in your brain. Okay, और जैसे ही ये मैसेज ब्रेन में जाएगा कि टेम्परेचर ज्यादा है बाहर, so this control center, that is your brain, that is your hypothalamus, will process the information and it will activate the effector. Now who is the effector here? Your sweat gland. Because who is producing the effect? Who is sweating? Your sweat gland. So as a result, the sweat gland will be activated, sweating will occur, and as a result there will be decrease in the body temperature. Okay, so this body temperature is controlled by the hypothalamus in the brain. Understood all of you? See, it is mentioned here, if the hypothalamus detects that the body is too hot, the response is that the body begins to sweat and try to reduce the temperature back to the correct level. Once the body temperature is back to the normal level, the sweating will stop. Okay, in the opposite way, if the hypothalamus detects that the body is too cold, then the response is that the body begins to shiver to try and raise the temperature back to the correct level. Once the body temperature is back to the correct level, the shivering will stop. Okay, so this all I have explained you. Now we go to the next slide. So this is just one what you can say a flow chart whatever we have discussed. So once the stimulus comes, what is stimulus here? The increase in temperature or the decrease in temperature, or increase in the level of hormone or decrease in the level of hormone. So whenever a stimulus comes, the sensors detect that, okay, they generate an impulse, and this impulse goes to the control center which is present in our brain generally, and as a result this control center will ask the effector organ to produce the effect. Understood? This is how the negative feedback mechanism works. Whenever a stimulus comes, जैसे ही stimulus आएगा, it will be detected by the sensor. As a result, there will be activation of control mechanism and the desired effect will be produced. Now we go to the next slide. Suppose this again the same example. Okay. So you have to get thorough through this. What is homeostasis? How our body maintains the internal stability. See, body temperature exceeds 37 degrees Celsius. What will happen? There will be activation of sensors present in the skin and brain cells. Okay, after that what will happen? The message will be sent to the brain. Brain में कहाँ पे जाएगा message? Temperature regulating center which is present in hypothalamus. Then after that what will happen? There will be activation of the effector organ, that is the sweat gland. There will be sweating throughout the body. So यहाँ पे which is the effector organ? Sweat gland is the effector organ. Which is the control organ? The control organ is the hypothalamus. Okay, so as a result sweating hogi and the body temperature will come back to the normal levels. Now we go to the next slide. See, हमारी बॉडी सिर्फ टेम्परेचर को लेके बैलेंस मेंटेन नहीं करती है. देयर आर नंबर ऑफ अदर फैक्टर्स आल्सो लाइक पीएच. ओके, अगर कभी पीएच ज्यादा हो गया, अल्कलाइन हो गया, देन आवर बॉडी brings it back to the normal by secreting some alkaline substances. अगर हमारी ब्लड में या हमारी बॉडी में एसिडिटी ज्यादा हो गई, हमारे स्टमक में एसिडिटी ज्यादा हो गई, then our body what it will do, there will be more secretion of bicarbonate ions so as to bring down the pH back to the normal. So everything in our body, whether it is your temperature, whether it is your hormonal level, whether it is the level of water, minerals in your body, whether it is the acidity or the basicity or alkalinity, everything is maintained by the homeostatic mechanism. Okay, now so I think you have understood this. So now the last thing for today is homeostatic mechanism जो होता है, इसमें basically 4 things are involved. One is your sensors, जो सबसे पहले डिटेक्ट करते हैं किसी भी चेंज को. ओके, second is your message is sent to the brain, that is your control center. Okay, then what comes, then the effector organ. Okay, so homeostasis relies on automatic control system which includes the nervous system, endocrine system, receptors and effectors. So these 4 things are very important for homeostatic mechanism. What are they? I'll repeat that. एक तो आपका nervous system involve होता है, अगर हॉर्मोन्स है तो हार्मोनल एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम इन्वॉल्व होता है, प्लस रिसेप्टर एंड इफेक्टर. व्हाट इज रिसेप्टर? रिसेप्टर्स आर दोज सेंसर्स व्हिच सेंस द चेंज एंड इफेक्टर्स आर दोज ऑर्गन्स व्हिच प्रोड्यूस द इफेक्ट. अंडरस्टूड ऑल ऑफ यू? नाउ सी, दिस इज द बेसिक, in very simple words you can understand homeostasis as, if the level of something rises in our body, the control system reduces it again, and if the level of something falls, the control system raises it again. So this is the last slide for today. Whenever the condition in the body changes from normal value, हर चीज की, for everything there is a normal value in our body. जैसे एक टेम्परेचर का भी एक नॉर्मल वैल्यू है, ब्लड प्रेशर का भी एक नॉर्मल वैल्यू है 120/80, ब्लड शुगर लेवल का भी एक नॉर्मल वैल्यू है. अगर इस नॉर्मल वैल्यू से थोड़ा भी चेंज होता है, ज्यादा हो चाहे कम हो, ओके, सो दैट इज रिटन हियर, व्हेनेवर द कंडीशंस इन द बॉडी चेंजेस फ्रॉम नॉर्मल वैल्यू, चाहे वो इंक्रीज हो चाहे वो डिक्रीज हो, सो व्हाट विल हैपन, दिस चेंज इज डिटेक्टेड बाय whom? It is detected by the sensors as we have discussed. So after that, जैसे ही ये change detect होंगे, there will be activation of corrective mechanism in our body, and this corrective mechanism, what it will do, it will bring the condition back to the normal level. और एक बार जब ये normalize हो जाता है तो corrected mechanism switch off हो जाता है, again your body comes back to the normal level. So this is the final slide for homeostasis. This you have to draw if asked in exam. Okay, so I think you have understood what is homeostasis. If any doubt, you can ask me in the next lecture. So thank you so much for today. Thank you for your patient hearing.